In this video, we're going to solve trigonometric equations with multiple angles. It says, which of the following are solutions to the following equation, where 0 less than or equal to theta less than 2 pi, so 1 revolution on the unit circle, and theta is in radians. Well, I should notice right away I have 2 cosine 2 theta equals root 2. So cosine 2 theta, that is a double angle. So I can use a double angle formula. So I'm going to say cosine 2 theta is equal to 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. And then I'm going to substitute this into the equation. So I end up with 2 parentheses 2 cosine squared theta minus 1 is equal to root 2. I substituted this piece for where cosine 2 theta was. I'm going to distribute, and I get 4 cosine squared theta minus 2 is equal to root 2. I'm going to add 2 to the other side. So add 2 to both sides, and I get 4 cosine squared theta is equal to root 2 plus 2. I'm going to divide by 4 on each side. I'm just going to divide each piece by 4. See what happens here. We end up with cosine squared theta equal to root 2 over 4. And that would be, let's see, root 2 over 4 plus 1/2. Well, let's just write it as root 2 plus 2 over 4. That might be a better version of it. So root 2 plus 2 over 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, that's okay. And then I'm going to square root each side. So square root each side here. And I get cosine theta is equal to plus and minus. And then I would have root 2 plus 2 over 4. Well, I can actually probably leave that like so and just figure out what is that number there. So I'm going to say cosine theta is equal to, I'm going to plug that in the calculator, so root 2 I get 0.924. I'm just going to say 0.924. And that's plus and minus. So now I'm going to take the, I'm going to take the inverse on each side. So if I took the inverse on each side to figure out what theta would have to be here, I would say theta is equal to plus and minus cosine inverse of 0.924. So let's go ahead and put that in the equation. So we're going to say of 0.924, and I get 0.392. So I'm going to say theta is equal to, we're going to call it plus and minus here, plus and minus 0.392. Now here's the thing. We got to kind of watch out with this theta plus and minus 0.392. Because we're going to look at, we know that 0.392, that is going to be quadrant 1. But this is actually, the plus and minus is basically telling us that we have 4 quadrants worth of solutions here. So what we want to do is we want to add and subtract 0.392 from basically like from 0. So we're going to just say that 0.392 is one of our solutions. That's the first quadrant. So I'm going to kind of write that out. We're going to go down the line. That's quadrant 1. Theta is going to equal, for quadrant 2, I would say pi minus 0.392. So if I do pi minus 0.392, I get 2.75. And that's for quadrant 2. All right, so I'm just subtracting the radians, so I get a quadrant 2 one. So I use this 0.392, and I'm going to use it all the way around the circle. So then I'm going to go and say that, all right, I need a quadrant 3, so I'm actually going to go pi this time plus 0.392. So you can see where we're getting our positive and our negatives here. So pi plus 0.392. That's 3.53. That's quadrant 3. And then for the last one, I'm going to say, all right, 2 pi minus 0.392 to get to quadrant 4. So I'm going to say 2 pi minus 0.392. And that's 5.89. And that's quadrant 4. So these should be our 4 solutions for this equation. I just want to point out again that this said plus minus, and we used 0.392 that way. We said plus, plus, and then minus, minus to find the 4 quadrants.